Guys, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah. So these are the remaining topics that we have to cover, and then if you're going for some database testing profile, then we would need these. Otherwise, we wouldn't need. If you're going for pure automation, like UI automation, then you wouldn't need these. Though I have included them in the training doc, they are for your reference. Let's see how it goes. So firstly, GitHub. Mm, so there is something called Tata's Git. You can download it and install. Simple download and install. Okay, so once you install the Tata's Git, so this is my these are my projects. The Selenium practice is what we are doing. Test1.java, right? So right click, and then you get the Tata's Git options once you're here. Okay, so the one with the green tick mark are the projects which I have already committed to GitHub. Okay, so data is Git settings. After you go to settings, you would be giving your user ID, email as per your organization. So without your organization thingy, you cannot commit your project to GitHub. Okay. So we'll come to Git over here and we'll provide these things. Okay, and then we have to provide some, yeah, that's all, the usernames. Okay, in settings, after providing that, so if I haven't provided in Data Kit, I see only three options. If I had already provided, I'll see a lot of options. Okay, then you would say git commit master. Once you say git commit master, if it is the first time, it will ask for a private key. Okay, so yeah, here it is provided the steps to work with the tortoise git. Okay, those are the steps to work. Once you have these steps, um, you will select what you wanna do, and then okay, hold on. No, these are all just simple steps, sorry. Download, install. Yeah. So once you download, you will also have to do this putigen. Okay. Start programs. Tara git putigen. There will be a putigen generated inside the Tata Git in the folder like this in the white. Okay, then you click generate and you generate some public key, private key. Okay, that is for uh, your data protection. Once those keys are generated, you save those keys, okay, and then you provide those keys in whenever asked. So for the first time when you do the git commit, by right clicking, you would be asked for the private key. You just provide the same key that you have used over here. They have obtained from here. You provide that key. After providing that key, um,
What are we downloading?
it is tortoise git.
For what?
So we have this GitHub, right? So GitHub is
Where
used
we
to
store the code.
code. Yes.
Yeah,
So
got it.
GitHub is a place where we keep our entire code. So every organization has its own GitHub. This is for Qualcomm. That's where I work. So, okay, I'm not connected to Qualcomm network, so it's not opening up. But yeah, all your code would be stored in GitHub in the same folder structure as you have here. It will just look like folders and files. It doesn't look anything different. But yeah, something online would be better because you never know, your machine would crash down, right? So people usually prefer to go with SVN or GitHub or TFS tools like that. So for GitHub, we will need something called Tortoise Git. You just have to download Tortoise Git and install as per these steps. After installing, the extra step, I mean, this is the regular install. After doing the regular install, the extra step is to do this SSH keys. So you will be generating a public key and private key following these steps and save it. After installing Tata Kit, when you right click, this is how it is going to look, the Tata Kit. You come to settings and you modify these settings and everything. You give your username and email ID as per your organization. Okay, once you have provided all those details, then you will get a lot of options like this. Once all the settings are configured, okay, then you would click on this git commit master to send your code to git. If you have to pull from git, as in if you have to get a code which is already in git to your local machine, for example your machine was formatted and you don't have the code, okay, so you do something called pull or where is this, clone. There should be one option called clone. So you can do either clone or pull. Okay. Hello. So right click. Yeah, git clone. When you click on a folder, you'll not get the option. When you just right click somewhere else, you'll get the option called git clone. From where you can get a new uh, piece of code from existing GitHub repository. Okay.
So we don't have like a customized GitHub for us now, like you have for Qualcomm. So does it just work with our email ID, the Gmail?
Yeah, you can create your own account, but whatever you commit is visible to the public.
Or to everybody?
Yes,
Okay, okay.
and you can put up to maximum 5 projects. You cannot go beyond 5 projects for such a free version.
Okay.
Yeah, so once you have your organization's email ID and your organization's paid version of GitHub, it's all protected. Okay, but if
Okay.
you do with your email ID, it would be like visible to everyone.
So should we do that now or it's just for the information?
You can try if you want to try, like some dummy
Okay.
project. There's nothing harmful in trying. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So whatever the Selenium code which we write in the Eclipse tool, everything is stored here.
Yeah. So where is my Eclipse? Come on, come on. Yeah. So this was our project Selenium practice in which we have done like one or two this Google stuff, right?
Yeah.
So right click properties and resource on the top. Then you will be able to see where it is being saved.
Yeah. Okay.
You see the folder path where it is being saved. C users, C underscore workspace and in practice. So that's what I gave. Okay. So if you see at the bottom of my screen where I've hovered my mouse, so it's like C users, C underscore workspace and then Selenium practice. Okay, let me do this. Yeah. So as you see on the top, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so that will be the same path that will be shown in the Eclipse properties. Okay, so you have to navigate to that folder, right click, and because this is not configured for GitHub, it is not showing the option of git commit. If something is already configured, the one with the green tick marks are already configured for Git. So I can do directly git commit. It will display here in this box. It will display all the changes that were made. Okay, that are awaiting a commit. All the changes are shown here, and then you'll do the finish. Okay,
Okay.
so this is how you work with GitHub. And yeah, so these are the topics we are left with. Okay,
So you gave us a file, right? Last time when
yes,
we sent
yes,
it to this one. How do we import that into this? I mean, I was trying to do it. Should we import that complete folder
yes.
or
File, import,
import? Yeah.
type what it is, Java or Maven, existing Maven project. It's a Maven project. So
Okay, the one which you sent. Okay.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
existing Maven project next, and then browse. So wherever you have it, I have it in my
Okay.
downloads. So where on earth is my downloads? Um, hold on. Yeah,
Yeah.
here it is. Okay, finish. Then you will see it. It's already imported, right?
Okay. Okay.
Otherwise, this checkbox is selected and then say finish. That's all.
Okay. Should we import it into the test ng or can we do it in any folder?
You know,
We've already added the libraries and also it's added completely to the Eclipse, right? So we can
uh,
import it into
so
any folder.
no folders just doesn't matter. Go to file on the top,
Mm-hmm.
say import,
Okay. Yeah,
and
I got that.
Maven existing.
Okay, what is Maven now?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
it's on the list. Maven.
Okay. And Jenkins also, I think you used the word yesterday.
Yeah. So Jenkins is like a continuous integration tool, which means you have your project running
Mm-hmm.
somewhere. So,
Mm-hmm.
like your actual project, not the automation project, but your actual project is running somewhere. Okay.
Actual project, you mean the code and all. Suppose if the project is a .NET project, so
Yes.
the .NET code. Okay, okay.
Yes. So the entire project will be running on some sort of server.
Right.
Okay. So that machine will have a name. Like my
Mm.
machine name is C underscore AG. There's Anusha Guba. Right?
Okay.
So that is my machine's name. So that machine will
Okay.
also have a machine name. So you
Okay.
will refer to your
Mm.
project using that machine URL. What people
Mm-hmm.
do is they mask the machine name with some
Mm-hmm.
sort of URL like search.qualcomm.com or something.
Okay.
Okay. So the actual machine name is blocked and you can
Mm-hmm.
access it only through this newly
A
given
mask name.
mask
Okay.
name. So that is called as virtual IP address. The whatever the
Okay.
URLs which we are using
Mm.
right now,
Mm-hmm.
like google.com and all.
Mm-hmm.
Those are called as virtual IP address, VIP.
So is it any safety that we are using the virtual IP address than the actual one?
Yeah, you wouldn't want your machine to be open to everyone.
Okay. But still you're
And
able to access the application, right?
yes,
With the different.
over that you will have some security like
Mm-hmm.
login functionality will be added over the machine. If you access the machine directly, it will not have the login facility.
Oh, okay. Got it. Got it.
Additional security layer is added over the machine to give you an
Mm-hmm.
entire application.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so the main application wherever it is deployed, the
Mm-hmm.
deployments are controlled through a tool called Jenkins. So Jenkins is a continuous integration tool,
Okay.
um, which means your
Mm.
developer has changed some code today
Okay.
and the fix has been deployed. You'd have heard
Right.
these words.
Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm.
So what they do is they in Jenkins you'll have a provision, a
Mm-hmm.
configuration page
Mm-hmm.
where you give the details of your server and
Mm-hmm.
your GitHub link where your code is.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so Jenkins will automatically get the code from GitHub, the latest code from GitHub, whichever you have given. Okay,
Okay.
it will get the latest code and then you have an option called build and deploy.
Okay.
Okay, so every project you have to build. Means you have to gather all the
Code.
necessary, no, dependencies.
Okay.
Gathering necessary dependencies. Okay, and then if it is a Java, you have to compile it before you're running it. If
Okay.
it is a Python, you can directly run it. If it is Java, you have to compile it. Okay,
Okay.
so it will compile it. It will download the dependencies. Like in Eclipse, you're doing right click build path, configure build path, add
Mm.
external jars.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. Okay. You mean dependencies means those.
Yes, all those jars
Okay.
all the jars will be downloaded. So how will it know which jars to download?
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Okay, right,
Hmm.
it will not know, right? So for
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
we'll use Maven. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
I'll explain you further after completing with Jenkins. Okay, so Jenkins will have,
Well, one last doubt.
yeah,
So, do the testers do this Jenkins thing? It's generally the developers who do it, right? I mean, they
I tell
deploy the
you,
code for you.
I'll tell you. So, in this Jenkins, you will have this builds configuration and everything. Okay. Once the latest build is, I mean, the latest code is deployed,
Hmm.
along with it, you have to tag your Selenium code.
So that's the GitHub thing.
Your Selenium, whatever you're doing in Eclipse, the Selenium code.
Okay. Okay. Hmm.
Okay, they have done their code also in Eclipse or IntelliJ or NetBeans or some other IDE.
But we wouldn't be testing by then, so we wouldn't be developing a code by
No,
then.
it's like not for the first time, for a stabilized application, I'm saying.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Hmm.
so you send your Selenium code along with the
Hmm.
latest code.
Okay.
Okay, once you send your Selenium code along, the Jenkins,
Hmm.
it will run your test cases
Automatically. I mean, yeah, but in the
as per
new
your
code.
scheduled job. As per your scheduled job. Whatever you have given in the
Oh.
testng.xml, you have given
Right.
some test cases here, right? You have included few test cases. Only those test cases it will run.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So it will
Yeah.
pick up this testng.xml and then it will start running it.
Okay.
Okay. So that is the purpose of Jenkins. So for that, we'll have to have a live project running in our
So
Jenkins.
generally Jenkins is used for regression testing then?
No, no, Jenkins is like deployment tool that is used by the deployment team.
Okay.
It is not used by developers. It is not used by testers. So the deployment
Okay, just
team,
we have an idea about
yeah,
that there's a tool like this, that's it.
yes, that's it.
So the testers have got nothing to do with Jenkins, so finally.
Yeah,
They
nothing.
said the code to the configuration team
Yeah,
and they
so
do.
yes, perfectly. So you
Okay.
provide your Selenium code, the GitHub link,
Mm-hmm.
wherever you committed your Selenium project to the
Mm-hmm.
team, deployments team,
Mm-hmm.
and they will include your code along with the developers project. And
Okay.
once the project, the new project, like I mean, the updated
Mm-hmm.
version, latest version
Mm-hmm.
is deployed. Along with that, your test cases will run. So usually people integrate smoke testing and
Okay. Mm-hmm.
few important test cases that have to, like sanity, to
Sanity. Okay.
test if it is working or not. Basic.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
got it.
so such scenarios you will provide in testng.xml and run it right then and there. If those test cases have failed, the deployment team gets notified that the test cases got failed, so your build is not successful.
Okay. Okay.
And so there is no use in deploying a waste build, right? Which is not
Yeah.
working, which is not functional. So you include your test cases into that build and run it, and it will stop deployment if the test cases have failed.
Okay.
Because the end user will be using the application and out of nowhere he'll start getting errors. So it will
Yeah.
stop the deployments as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. So we were talking about mapping, right? This build path, dependencies, external jars and stuff. Hello? Hello?
Yeah. I'm there. I was
Alright.
making some notes.
No worries. I plugged out my earphones, so I was a bit confused.
Okay. So now we are talking about Maven. Okay.
Right, so where is this gone? Man, what am I in? Navigator. Shit. Okay. So build path can be seen only in Project Explorer, not in Navigator. So build path, configure build path. Once you click on this, you will go to here and add external jars, and you have browsed a lot of Selenium jars, right? Remember these
Yeah.
things, these
Like two
things.
of them. Yeah.
These all and these things. We have
We already added these when we were adding TestNG. So when you do Maven, again we're supposed to add all these jar files.
no. If you're doing Maven, you don't even add once.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I did yesterday for TestNG.
Okay. So configure build path. Libraries. We have added all these already
Yeah.
in the beginning
Yeah.
itself. This is not
Yeah. Right.
dependent on TestNG. This is independent of TestNG.
Okay.
So what we do is we create a file called pom.xml. Like this is the QS automation project which I have shared with you, right?
Yeah. Right.
Right. So in that there will be something called pom.xml.
Oh, already. Okay.
Yes. So this is a specific format. The format is the same all the time. All you have to do is all these things will be the same. Then group ID, you have to give your some group ID, doesn't matter. Like specifying what is what in your application.
Okay.
Okay, so then you give the name of your application, QES-automation, which is my application name over here.
Mm.
Okay, and then some version like 1, 2, 3, 4 or point 1, point 3, any name, just like how you name your application versions,
Yeah.
v1.0 and stuff. Okay, then what is the type of application? If it is a Java file, we give it as jar. See,
Mm.
if it is a Java project, We'll give it as jar over here. If it is a different project, things will change. Okay, then name of the project and the Maven URL basic.
Okay.
Right. So once you give these, so the properties is what matters. So you give your TestNG version here, Selenium version here. We were using 2.53.1. Remember?
Yeah.
Yes. Just a second. Okay. So 2.53.1, we specify those in properties. Okay, TestNG and Selenium we specify here. And then coming to the external jars that we had added, for each of the jar, we specify like this.
Oh my God. Okay. There are like so many.
Yeah, because we have imported so many, remember?
Yeah. So
Um,
this is
um,
already there, right?
build
Or should we
path,
do all this now?
build path, configure build path like this.
Yeah.
So all of these are there, right? So there will be
Yeah.
one XML dependency like in line number 30, the XML starts and in 34 the XML is closed.
Okay.
Now we understand why we had to learn XML in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to write this, so for each and everything it's written over here.
Okay.
So many are there. Okay, so the first time it's a painful job, but so your project is here, Selenium practice. Over here, you will not see any of those imported libraries. So
Okay.
if you're sharing your project with a new person who has come and joined the team, or if your system got formatted and you had to install new Eclipse, and so you import the new project, you have to do all the build path again.
Oh.
That is scary, right? So take the pain once and you don't have to worry any other time. So because I have my pom.xml like this, so a new folder called Maven dependencies was created and everything got imported on its own. But you need to be connected to the internet. It will do all the libraries on its own. You don't have to download, you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to do the right click, configure, build path and stuff. Add external jars, you don't have to do. It will do on its own. Okay. So when so Selenium, you're not going to run the automation suite only on single machine. You will be running it. Your senior QAs or your team leads, managers will be running them on their machines to test. It will be running on Jenkins, right? So everywhere you cannot go and add the dependencies, right? You need to have some freedom of automating. So the build path also you're automating indirectly with the help of Maven. Okay. How does that make sense?
I mean, so in Maven we are just doing all these configurations, right? I mean, and basically automating all these configurations.
Yes. So for automating the build path, build configurations also, we have taken a Maven script for pom.xml. Okay. After taking this and adding all the dependencies, so if you look at the bottom, sometimes a green bar will appear saying building your project.
Mhm.
So it is building based on the pom.xml what you have given over here.
Okay.
So it will you have to be connected to the internet. It will download all your whatever you have given version and artifact ID. and it will save in a folder called Maven dependencies. So now if I go to build path and configure build path in libraries, all of them are ready for me to use. TestNG is also imported and ready. Okay, so that is about Maven and pym.xml and other stuffs, dependencies, blah blah blah, whatever. So we are done with these four topics and now we are left with these two things which are part of TestNG. So in testng.xml, so you remember this is my function where I wrote all my test cases, test 01, test 02 and all, right? Just a second.
Yeah, and Maven is also Maven is used by us then.
Maven is used by everyone, developers, deployments, testers, everyone use
Okay,
it.
okay, okay.
In a main development project also, like in a new project, they use Maven to download their own dependencies. They may not be same, but they do still use it.
So what we do in Maven is like we configure the build path and basically automate it, all the dependencies that are there.
Yeah, you automate the
Dependencies.
build configuration.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So everyone does the same, automating the build configuration, but the dependencies will change. The syntax is the same. You have to mug up the syntax. Okay. Yeah, you have to change the dependencies. That's all. So everyone, whoever it is, developer, tester, automation tester, deployer, whoever it is, they'll do the same. Okay. Anything else on that?
No, Anisha.
So you remember we have split our test cases into small small test cases like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So test 01, test 02, and then we have written at the rate test annotation over here.
Mm-hmm.
And then before that we have written some after method, before method,
Before
after class,
methods,
before
yeah.
class,
After shoot, before shoot. After group, before group.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
for the very first one, for the before class thingy, we write something called at the rate parameters. Okay.
Mm.
So this is like mm, even more customization. I have my application. I want to run it on Firefox now, but tomorrow I want to run it on Chrome. Day after I'll run it on IE to test browser compatibility.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We have this multi-browser testing. So
Or
to
cross-browser testing, it's the
cross-browser
same thing?
testing, yeah, same
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
Cross-browser and cross-platform, anything. So for that, what we will do is we will take the browser as a parameter and pass it from the testng.xml rather than tweaking the
Okay.
script like how you pass your test data from an Excel sheet. The same way we pass the browser from the testng.xml file. Okay, so we just write this at the rate parameters browser, right? Then it will be passed from testng.xml to here because at the rate parameter is identified as a testng annotation and testng will take care of it. Okay.
Okay.
Then yeah, so in this I'm reading browser, the very first thing. If browser is Firefox, I'm opening Firefox. If it is Chrome, equals IE64, IE32, Opera, Chrome, Firefox, whatever it is based on that I'm opening. Simple if else.
Yeah.
It's nothing nothing magic. You just take the input parameter and call your if else loop based on the browser thing. Okay.
And
Then
do we,
so how do sorry
yeah, do we build all these frameworks from the scratch or it's already there and we customize them?
um it depends. So in my first organization, I got a ready to eat stuff where I had to only write test cases. Okay, but
Okay.
this
Mhm.
time I wrote all this. So it depends from organization to organization.
Oh my God, okay.
So with practice, it will be very easy. So from tomorrow onwards, we'll practice. Right?
No, not
Why?
framework.
Why?
So lengthy.
Oh, we'll start from scratch. Don't worry. First, we will write multiple .java files. Then we'll club them into a single .java file like this.
Okay.
Then we'll
Mm-hmm.
start testing the
Okay.
only baby steps, not directly. Okay, so because I have written the @ parameters over here in testng.xml, I have to pass those parameters like this.
Mm-hmm.
In this file, I took two parameters, browser,
Browser
comma, group.
group. Yeah.
In testng.xml, name equal to browser, name equal to group. Two things.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that should match. And value equal to ff, value equal to 1. So what is this group? Um, so in @test, I have written something called groups.
Mm.
This is the group. So uh, 10 test cases I wrote as group 1. Next 10 test cases I wrote as group 2. Next 10 test cases I wrote as group 3, for example. Okay. So here I am passing only group 1. So that means only the first 10 test cases will be run.
Yeah.
Okay, even if you include everything over here, but still only those 10 will be run from the given group.
Okay.
Okay, so test name is a different tag altogether. Inside the test, you provide the parameters. After providing the parameters, you provide your test cases listing. Okay, so what if I want to run the test cases in parallel? I mean, say all the browsers at the same time, cross browser testing.
Grid. Selenium grid.
Yeah, grid is for distribution of test cases in
On different
multiple
machines.
machines, not
Mm.
for browsers. You can still do
Okay.
for browsers, but for browsers you
Can a
don't need.
different parameter, like SFS to Firefox maybe, so and another
Yeah.
parameter.
So I just wrote some different. It's the same testng.xml file. Okay, don't worry. So there is some extra parameter called execution type value equal to parallel. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then parameter ff. Here you have parameter ch and value
Oh,
parallel. So
okay.
to this is okay. See, yeah. So this part is one testing, the one test scenario, and the other part is one test scenario. Okay.
Mm.
For one I have mentioned Firefox, for one I have mentioned Chrome. But for both I have given this parallel thing.
Yeah.
So this is not a parameter from here. It is a parameter interlinked between these two tests. Because I have given parallel, it will run parallelly. You don't need grid for cross browser.
Okay.
If you want to split test cases, like first one group in one browser and the other group in the other browser so that it will run very fast. You have hundreds
Mm-hmm.
of test cases, you want to make it quick. Okay, what you'll do
Mm-hmm.
is group, group 1, group, group 2, group 2 will go to Chrome, group 1 will go to Firefox, and whatever test cases are present in group 1 will be executed in Firefox, whatever test cases are present in group 2 will be executed in Chrome. Okay,
Okay.
that is one method of splitting. The other method of splitting is not including those test cases. Yeah, I have included only 1 and 3, here I have included 4. So 1 and 3 will run in Firefox, 4 will run in Chrome, like that. I have
Okay.
split it with the help of this classes using the include thingy. Okay, that is one way. The other way is giving group names. Include everything, include all the test cases, but just give a group name.
Mm. Okay.
Only that group of test cases will be run in Firefox. Only those group of test cases will be run in Chrome. Okay.
Okay.
So for parallel execution in multiple browsers, cross browser, all you need is these two tags and a little bit of tweaking in testng.xml. Okay. And what else is left? Reports. So,
We create
defaults.
reports from TestNG.
Sorry.
Reports from TestNG
Yes.
or from Eclipse.
testng. So testng will produce reports like this.
Will there be a code behind it to generate? I mean, how will it know which to
TestNG,
use, which to?
TestNG has, that is the use of TestNG. It will organize your test cases. That is one thing. Second thing is you can operate like this. Multiple ways of operating. You can
Mm-hmm.
club few
Okay.
test cases, club the other ones, parallel browsers, multiple browsers and all. The next thing is it will generate reports.
Okay. Can we generate one report now?
This will not run because this project is not, the main project is, I'm not in the Qualcomm network, right? It will not run. Mm, okay, we can get a sample report all the time. Perfect. So this is how it is going to look like. Okay. So testng report. Then you will have the name, whatever name you have given over
The
here.
test case name.
This name, no, the test in line number 10. Test
Mm-hmm.
name, suite 1 test 1, suite 1 test 2,
Okay.
right?
So that
So
that suit has multiple test cases under it. Anyway.
yes,
Okay.
so here you see test ng test group, right? So 2 will come,
Mm-hmm.
yes, 2
Okay.
lines will pop up in our scenario because we have two
Okay.
things. 2
Mm-hmm.
lines will pop up, and against each line it will show the methods.
Mm-hmm.
And like this one has two methods and this has only one method, right? It will show the number of methods which has passed, failed, skipped. Okay. And then the browser which we gave here, this parameters. Browser, parameter group. Group is not displayed, browser will be displayed like this. Okay, and the time taken and closing time, those are displayed. Then after that, here you have 7, 1 and 2, right? Once you click on this link, which is in blue, over here, testng test group link is there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once you click on that, it will navigate you to this thing. Red, gray and green grids are, 3 grids are there, right?
Yeah.
Below the main grid. Once you click on this test, it will navigate to these grids, which will show up how many test cases have failed. Two have failed. Failures are shown in
Yeah.
red. Whatever has skipped, it did not execute. It cannot judge it
Yeah.
whether it is pass or fail. So it is a neutral color. Whatever has run and been successfully and passed will be shown up in green like this. And
Okay.
for if you click on this, the second test case link, which has actually failed, you can see
It
the
will
error
show.
message, why it has
Okay.
failed.
Mhm. I
Okay.
mean, so it is gonna show like in which step it's failed and all.
Yeah, like this. So on the right side, here you have right org.openqslm, no such element exception is there, right? So see, in
Okay.
single line, you will not get the complete message sometimes.
Okay.
So you can see the full message by clicking on this.
Okay.
Okay, I have one. Yeah, but I have customized a lot. So
Yeah.
apart from this is the standard way which TestNG generates by default.
Mm-hmm.
But I have customized it for that project.
You have a code in between? What's that code?
To customize?
No, I mean there is a image that's not seen. There's an X below it.
No, no. Like I have told you, right? Once you click on this test case
Mm-hmm.
name, you'll get to see the
Mm-hmm.
error message.
Right, right, yeah.
Okay. So once I click on this pass, I'll get to see my error message. And that is a close button for the error message, not the image.
Oh, okay.
Uh, the message is very long, it's taking time. Yeah. I've clicked on this name, so
Okay.
it has opened up. I can close it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is how it comes up initially. Like how many passed, if there are any error or failed, they will show up in different colors over here in the bars.
Mm-hmm.
Here they have given in a tabular form, right?
Right.
712. That I have converted to this bar diagram.
Mm-hmm.
So UI development just played with HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So I click on this, it will show how many have passed. Once I click on this, it will show me the message. Even if it is a pass, I might have some messages sometimes.
Do we have to understand that message? Because it looks we can add it.
Uh, so in database, these are the resources that I have, and Solar is a NoSQL database.
Okay.
So we have this MongoDB, Solar, Elastic, Atibio, lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Solar is one of the NoSQL databases. So from an Oracle database, we are picking data and pushing into a NoSQL database.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here we have only 43K records in the database, but somehow 57K records were pushed into my new database.
Okay.
So these are what are extra, and these are what are missing in the database compared to Solar. These are what are missing in Solar compared to database.
Okay.
So obviously I'll have to understand what went wrong. This is my customized message that I wrote.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So always you'll not have so much of information over here. So I added a scroll bar to view the message so that my page will not be flooded with the message.
Okay.
I didn't want a vertical scroll bar, so I did made a horizontal scroll bar and stuff like that. So this is like my customization. Overall status pass, and this color will change if something is wrong. I think you can open it. Mm, reports 439. No, I don't have an extra reports. Yeah, so whatever has failed, a different color will be shown up like this. And once you click on this,
So
those details will be shown. So
okay, we
those details are usually shown below. After the entire grid is over, then below the entire grid, this new grid will be shown. Once you click on this, the error message is shown after this grid, under this grid. So I didn't want it like that.
okay.
I wanted the error message to be shown right under it.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what I have changed. That's all. So under the test case, this one, I just added this. Whichever is shown in the last, in the end of the page, I just moved it upwards. That's all.
Okay. So do we have to click something there to generate these reports, or it's automatically
It's
generated when?
automatic. It's automatically generated by test
Okay, when
bench.
something is run in the framework, it's automatically generated.
Yeah, some when you run some test case with the help of
Test
TestNG,
engine.
it
Mm-hmm.
will generate it automatically. It will generate the report.
Okay.
So the report will look like this, the default one.
So what name does it take and where does it store?
Just give me a second. Yeah. So the name of the report. Where is my chips? Okay. The name of the report usually comes from here.
Yeah.
Whatever the suite name you have given, right?
Mm-hmm.
The suite name will be taken. Open with web browser. What is this? Yeah, some default report is there. Just as an example, they added it. Mhm. Okay. No, I don't have reports here. Yeah. So, anyways, we have customized it, so this will look like this. But the default one, which is going to generate, will look like this. Okay.
Okay.
Okay then. So from tomorrow, I have pinged one website. Yeah, this one. Okay. So we will do some practice on this for selenium, but before we practice we need some test cases to be ready to follow actually.
Okay. And Anusha, I have doubts in the previous automation thing which you gave, the QA thing,
Sure.
the tools SQA site. I'm getting some weird errors.
Sure. So you want to go through them now or
Yeah, I was thinking. I mean, at least what the errors are. So.
okay, I'll make you the presenter. Mhm. Make presenter. Yes, yeah, I've made you the presenter. So we'll go with this website. This will kind of replicate a basic real-time website, not of a real real-time website, but a small one. We can try the page object model on this. The one which I've pinged you already, executeautomation.com.
Page object model. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are the errors here? I can see my screen. And I'm not able to import anything.
Just give me a second. Uh, can we look at it on Monday or in the evening?
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Because I have to, and some other work came up, so
Sure, sure. Okay, Anusha.
yeah, sure. Okay, then reconnect in the evening. I'll ping you.
Sure, okay.
All right.